but she's eating and that's good. I don't even know if I can get like all of this in one. These goats are prey animals. They're good at hiding sicknesses. We've lost goats. We've lost all the goats that we absolutely were devastated about, and you learn from it. You can kind of see my kitchen sink behind me. You can peep, little ear right there. I have a baby in a sink full of water. So this is one of Eden's triplets. It's one of the little girls. It was actually the bigger girl when they were born. The smaller one that we've been calling Mouse is still down in the barn along with the bigger buckling. We've had issues with triplets in the past not eating enough. Now that was always out of Violet. And she would always have two really big bucklings and they'd push the smaller girl out of the way. Eden's are the exact opposite. We have two girls and one boy. And the smaller girl and the buckling have pushed this little one out of the way, I think, a little bit, and it stressed her out. I'll have to do some math. I don't even know how old she is right now. She had a flare of coccidia, which she was the right age for. So I treated that the past 2 days. I went ahead and treated her for some pneumonia because she just didn't look quite right. So I went ahead and kind of covered my bases. Something I typically don't do, but don't want to lose any kids this year. I need a good kidding season. And last night, when I was feeding little Mr. Sir, Violet's little buckling, I stuck the bottle in her mouth to see if she would nurse from it. And she did. She took to it like fire. So I went ahead and made her some frozen colostrum just to kind of boost her because she was fighting the coccidia and just was kind of struggling. But I had checked her temperature earlier that day and she was fine. And then this morning when I went out, I went ahead and took her a bottle. She ate it great, had a great suckle reflex. And I went to give her coccidia meds, and those are go orally, and I had to open her mouth and notice she was a little chilled. So I brought her in, and she's not super cold. Goats run at a minimum of 102 to 103. She was about 99, so she's not super cold, but she is a little chilled, and I kind of feel bad feeding her. But she was, usually if they have a suckle reflex, they're not cold. They're perfectly fine. So we have her in a sink full of water. The fastest way to warm any goat is you put them in a bag. She's in a couple smaller trash bags, like a waste bin, like a bathroom trash bag. In the past, when I've had really small Nigerians, I can put them even in a gallon Ziploc bag. You'll have to bear with my kitchen. It's a mess. So you fill your sink. You fill your sink with warm water. You want it about 105 degrees, and you want to constantly replenish it as it cools off. And she's doing pretty good where I'm not having... Normally, when I've had babies in the sink, I'm having to like hold their necks. I'm not having to hold her neck, and she's drinking the water, which is really weird. So I don't know what's going on with her. But what we're going to probably do is keep her in the house for the day for sure. I think Eden will keep mothering her if I can get her back to the barn. So she's going to stay in the house for the day for sure, because obviously it's warmer in my house than it is outside. Let's get this little one warmed up. Then we're going to get her in a tote with a heating pad. So this is our day. It's always fun, life on. Well, welcome to my guest bathroom. So it has been a couple hours since I've had her in a sink of hot water. And after I stopped filming, I realized my trash bags had busted and she was wet. And the big thing with putting them in the bag is you don't want them to get wet and then have to shiver and use extra energy and stuff to get dry and then get cold again because they're wet. So I was planning on blow drying her anyways. I brought her into one of our bathrooms and I blow dried her. I want to show you what I do when I have a baby goat that is kind of struggling and I'm keeping them in the house, how I kind of keep them warm and how I house them. I normally like a smaller tote for babies, newborn, that kind of thing. But she is almost 7 weeks old. She'd be 7 weeks in 3 days. So the bigger tote is fine for her, but I'm going to show you what I do. So if they're warmed up and good, I'll put down a puppy pad. And then I have a heating pad and then another puppy pad. Sometimes I'll put a towel on top of the puppy pad. I didn't for her specifically because she's having so much diarrhea. I don't want to clean that up. But the heating pad is on. Mine's adjustable. It has a timer on it. If I need to set it, go off in 2 hours, you can set the timer. I had mine turned all the way up. I checked her temperature. I left for about 20 minutes earlier to run an errand at the school. And I came back and checked her temperature and she was good. So we're going to check it again But her bottle's heating up too, so hopefully we get her to eat. I checked her mouth when I first walked in and she was pretty good. I'll show you what also I did. Yesterday when I noticed she was kind of puny, I gave her some Jump Start, which has a lot of vitamins and stuff in it, kind of give them a boost. And then this morning after I got her warmed up, I gave her some of this Power Punch, which has vitamins and nutrition, not nutrition, but vitamins, minerals. It's got some probiotic in it. It's got some B12 in it, which is really good. B12 will stimulate an appetite, which is good. And what I was talking to Heather over at Heather Sage and Stone Homestead. I was talking to her because she's my goat buddy, my mentor buddy. We bounce stuff back and forth. And the goat's mom here is from her farm. The mom is. So I was talking to her, and we think that what has happened is where she's a triplet and got coccidia, which is it's common. You deal with it every year with baby goats. Some of them do really good and it runs through them and it's fine. Others you got to treat. I usually treat. I haven't had to treat any this year. I've had 3 get it, run through it quick. They were done scouring in a day and it was fine. This little girl, I think what had happened is she got her coccidia bloomed, and where she was a triplet, she wasn't fighting as hard to eat. And so she got weak on herself. Like I said earlier, I did treat her for pneumonia as a kind of precautionary. I gave her some colostrum as a precautionary. So we're just going to have to keep going because there's nothing, I don't know what else it could be. She's not joint ill. She's not weak. As far as like leg, can't walk. Her lungs are working. So we're just having to troubleshoot. Also, when I set this up, depending on the goat, I do usually cut half. I don't even know if you can see that. I half cover the top of this with blankets to kind of make like a little cave, a little dome, so they feel like they're safe and hidden. Because I do have dogs and kids. The kids leave the baby goats alone. They know not to mess with them. The dog, they're usually in a separate room from him. But let me go check her bottle and see what's going on with it. I forgot to mention, when I brought her in, I weighed her to look and see how much, like, if I was completely bottle feeding, how much I would be feeding to make sure I didn't overfeed her. I also found out that I underdosed her in her first day of coccidia meds because they last for 5 days. I did 1 treatment. This was day 2. I went ahead and upped her dosage on that today, so she got a bigger dose today. Normally it's on the first day they get a bigger dose, so I'm hoping that kicks in and really helps her. So let's see if she's hungry. Come here, sweet girl. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check her temperature again, because you don't want to feed a goat that's under 100 degrees because it can upset their stomach because it may not move. It may just sit and sour in their belly. Okay, now that we're both covered in poop. So I checked her temperature, she pooped on me, and that's fun. So the puppy's over here investigating. He's barking, but she's not scared at all. So this is what we wanted to see. There were 6 ounces in this bottle because I don't want to overdo her, but I'll feed her again a little later. But she's eating, and that's good. When I go down to the barn to feed our other bottle baby, I'll be sure to bring her up some hay, so maybe she'll nibble on some of that too. Yes. Don't touch my camera. She's really hungry, and that's what we want to see. So I'm very happy with that. Now we just got to figure out why she's scouring. Hopefully the antibiotics kick in. Are we done? Are we full? So she probably ate about 4 ounces there. No, she may have eaten a little more. I can measure it here in a minute to find out. So her temp was good. She ate about 4 ounces of a bottle, which is good. I wish she'd eaten a little more, but I'll take it. I've got her back in her little isolated warming box, and I gotta go feed the other bottle baby. So I'm gonna bring her up some hay, and we'll just have to keep doing what we're doing. She'll have another dose of coccidia meds in the morning. I'll probably go ahead and treat her for pneumonia again because that's just an antibiotic, and that could help her too. Thank you. But we'll check back in a little bit, guys. So, let's update you a little bit on Miss Kate, as I have now named her. She is Kissing Kate Barlow. We got another Holes baby, so we're gonna have a second one. Let me try to find this little booger and feed him. Oh my goodness. Okay, come here. Here's Mama. There's Miss Elsa being jealous. Say hi, Patsy. So after I left y'all yesterday, about an hour later, that baby girl started hollering. And I fed her a little more out of a bottle, and she was still just hollering. So I'm like, well, she came to see me. She was still hollering, so I'm like, let me take her down here to her mama and just see if she is more stressed out now being in the house, that she's feeling a little better. Goats, they're impossible, dude. Absolutely plumb impossible. But I brought her down here to her mama, and she nursed from her mama and immediately started following her around and nibbling on some grass and some hay and stuff. So I left her out, came out about an hour later to feed not Patsy, Mr. Sir. I came out to feed Mr. Sir his afternoon bottle, and I was watching the baby, and she was up moving around, headbutting our feed troughs and doing goat things. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave her alone. I checked her mouth temp versus trying, if her mouth had been slightly chilled in any way or she hadn't sucked on my finger, I would immediately taken her inside and taken her temperature. But I was trying to avoid that. Hi, sweetheart. Patsy's being very jealous and wants attention. But she felt good. She looked good. She was bright-eyed. And I sit right in a picture. I'm like, I don't know what caused this turnaround. Because anytime I've had to work on a goat, it doesn't end well, it feels like. Mr. Sir. I'm hoping she'll come over here. I'm hoping she'll come over here and see me, but we'll find out in just a minute. She sees me sitting. Miss Patsy wants some love. Miss Patsy wants love. Yeah, Miss Patsy wants some love. And Miss Midnight wants some love. Uh-oh, here comes Mama. Mama's super friendly too. Miss Eden. Hi, baby. Here she comes. Here's the star. Here's the drama queen. Are you the drama? Say, I'm the drama. I'm the drama. So I was really happy. I don't know what caused her to turn around so quick. And I don't really not like having, I guess all the babies. I guess all the babies are gonna come investigate. I don't even know if I can get like all of this in one video. But if you are a goat lover, you know, oh goodness, oh, Elsa, you know this is like the ultimate goat thing right here, Elsa. Last year's bottle baby. This was a nice shirt until you came over here. You know that? Yes. Oh, there's Clarabelle. Or not Clarabelle. Maybelle. Clarabelle was the other name that we came up with. But we went with Maybelle. But we went with Maybelle instead of Clarabelle because it sounded too much like a cow. I don't like not knowing 100% confidence this is what her issue was. Because I kind of threw the whole book at her because she just wasn't quite right. And I didn't do anything too extreme. I treated her for pneumonia, I treated her for coccidia. I know she had coccidia going on because of the scouring. At this age, that's just prime coccidia age. So I know that for sure was going on. And about the only thing I can come up with is why she got so down was she is a triplet. So therefore she is having to fight a little bit harder for milk versus a twin or a single. And she always had a good appetite. So my thought is maybe she just got a little further down because she didn't feel like fighting for milk. And so it tore her down a little bit. And then when I underdosed her in the meds, she just didn't perk up as quick as some of the others do on my specific med I use. I have coccidia meds that I love. They've always done really good for me. They're pretty quick acting. I usually see a turnaround in their scouring pretty quickly, not necessarily to normal, but things start to firm up pretty quickly. So she just got a little further down with coccidia, and then you add in not eating enough because she just wasn't fighting for the milk. I think is what happened, because she is doing really good. I had went to church last night. Reagan checked on her while I was gone and sent me pictures to be like, I think she's okay. She looks like she's goating. So find you a man that'll go check on your goats even though he doesn't know what he's looking for. Oh my goodness. I love goat cuddle puddles. I love being a jungle gym. I love being a jungle gym sometimes. Yeah, hi Patsy. Yeah, Patsy. I see you. So, and then when I got home, I came down to feed Mr. Sir. I did offer her a small bottle. I think I put 3 ounces in there, and she ate about 2 of them just to kind of top her off, make sure she's getting enough. Mom has the milk. It's just she has to fight for it. Hi, baby. Hi. She's also almost 7. She'll be 7 weeks old in 2 days now. And, you know, they're eating grass. They're eating hay. This morning when I milked, I took her in the feed room with me, and she ate a couple pieces. She ate a little bit of grain out of Mom's bowl. So she is old enough for some grain and stuff. So she's, you know, ruminating. And that's you seen the picture or the video a minute ago when I first walked down here. She was chewing cud. So I think we got her squared away. Her temp's good. She's got another couple of days of coccidia meds. I'm not going to treat her again for anything else. I'm going to try not to give her any more jump start or anything unless I know to cut her down. She was a little sleepy this morning and kind of slow to get up, but I think that was because it got a little cold on her. Just the temperature outside, because she's perked up now. See, I good now. I all good. I just didn't like go cold. It got cold and I got mad. I got cold. Miss kissing Kate Barlow. I hope this helps someone, kind of showing you what I do. I know it wasn't very detailed, but I hope this shows you on what to do for a goat going down. But there's not. Sometimes you just throw the kitchen sink at them and pray. And that's kind of what I did with this little girl. There's been other times when I know, oh, that we need to treat this. There's been other times when I could have 100% told you, this is what it is, this is what I need to treat, and everything was great because I was right. But that's not always the case. And I don't know if I got lucky this time or what, but it worked. Goats, we've said it before and I'll say it again, goats are suicide machines. They want to die sometimes. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They look for ways to hurt themselves. They look for ways to hurt each other. They do stupid stuff all the time. And we've seen it. We've had issues, but we've also had some good outcomes. And you know, I didn't talk about it much on here because I just couldn't. You know, we lost Ricky, and we didn't lose Ricky because of his size or because of anything related to do with his birth. We lost him to pneumonia after I caught it. Or I didn't catch it early enough because, once again, these goats are prey animals. They're good at hiding sicknesses, and that's what they want to do, because if they seem weak to a predator, they're going to get picked off. So we've lost goats. We've lost goats that we absolutely were devastated about, and you learn from it. You pick yourself up and you move on. So I hope this video kind of helps someone, you know, just having a few basic tricks in your back pocket, you know, putting them in the tub of water when it's cold, when they're cold, in a bag. You know, I use a blow dryer all the time. I had to blow dry her because she'd gotten wet and I didn't want her to shiver. You know, the heating tote works great, making the little heat tent. I don't like using an actual heater. I've seen people make kind of take my tote and the blanket and do a heater in there. I don't like doing that. Little heaters like that scare me. So I'll do a blow dryer in there and kind of warm it up really well, and then the heating pad. I know, you're cute. You're cute even though you scared me. Ma'am. Hi. I think she's saying thank you. I'm glad all this little girl needed was a little bit of supportive care while we waited for those meds to kick in. It seemed like once the meds kicked in, we were doing a lot better, and let's hope it keeps going that way. We're going to monitor close. I'm still going to supplement some bottles here and there for her and just make sure we're doing good. But that's all I got for now. I hope it stays calm. We've got one more goat to kid. We've got babies that are ready to be weaned and starting to look for new homes for a lot. Yeah, a lot of y'all need new homes. You are one of them. You are one of them. We have some really nice bucklings. We've got some really nice doelings that are going to be looking for new homes very soon. So if you're interested, let us know. Also, stay tuned because we do have one more goat kid at the end of May. I think Reagan told me May 24th is what we have her wrote down for. And that is Rosemary, and she will be a first freshener. I usually do better catching my first fresheners. Once they freshen the first time, I get a little laxed, and life goes on even with the goats, and sometimes we just miss them. But be sure to subscribe so you can catch us with that and whatever else we have going on right now. I'm Megan from the GWP Homestead, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye.